Yes, welcome to all of you. Today's session that we had already discussed the agency contract, a special nature of contract. Today we will be dealing the relationship between the parties, those who are involved in the agency contract, principal, agent, and third party. There are some situations and the cases we will be dealing. You see here picture. I would like to recall you that we had discussed last session. So to be an agency contract, that you see the three parties. Okay, so actually the agency contract is done between the principal and agent, and principal is appointed in order to create the legal relationship between third party and the principal. So net is very slow. It's getting problem. Yes, you see here. You can easily understand that you see here the principal, the agent, and third party. So contract between principal and agent to perform certain acts, activities on behalf of principal as a representative of principal, that is between principal and agent, which is agency contract. An agent is appointed to enter into the contract with third party as the authority given by the principal. And here you see the relationship between principal and the third party, the principal's obligations to perform the contract. Ultimately, the agent as a facilitator of principal. So the principal certain authority or power delegate and assigned to the agent to enter into the contract with third party, and the liabilities or the obligation goes to the principal. You see here the relationship between the principal and third party that is created by the agent. So we will be dealing the relationship between the principal and agent and third party, different situations and the cases where the agent is considered or not. The situation depends, that we will be dealing. Firstly, you have to understand, is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Yes. You can easily understand. So there are certain power, duties the principal can exercise and agent also can exercise. The power delegated by the principal The agent need not to go back to the principal whether can I do this thing or something like that. You need not to go and ask to the principal. Once the principal delegate the powers, certain duties, certain powers to the agent, then agent can enter into the contract with third party, but that is binding to the between the principal and third party. Okay, so if the agent exceed the power or the authority delegated by the principal, then in that situation the agent will be responsible for that, and agent need to bear certain obligations if there is dispute arises later on after entering a contract with third party. Okay, so that the basic thing that you have to understand. So we had already discussed, you know well, and I think it is clear that you can understand. Okay, so बुझ्नु भएको छ है यसलाई?
हजुर सर, बुझेँ सर।
Okay. So moving forward, situation 1 that you have to answer, right? This situation. So an employee used to perform merely mechanical acts for the employer under the employer's direction. Is it an agency relationship? So I ask you. An employee used to perform merely mechanical acts for the employer under the employer's direction. Generally,
Yeah. I think it is agency relationship. I'm not sure.
other students. So this is okay. So that you have to understand the thing situation I have given here, so that make clear. You'll so I will so like to make you more clear. Okay, so there is a confusion. So most of the people they get confusion regarding this. Okay, so relationship between the agency and agency contract, principal and agent and third party. So any other students, can you share the idea that is it a agency relationship? Guess it or make sure. You can give logic and the release the basis that it is a relationship, agency relationship, or it is not a agency relationship. Any other students? Hello. Sarishma, Shekhar, Nishan, Ninju, Jeju. Hello. Sarishma ले yes भन्नुभयो. Is it a agency relationship? एउटा रोजगारदाताले रोजगारीमा कसैलाई लगाउँछ र उसले सर्टेन डिरेक्सन दिन्छ र त्यो डिरेक्सनको आधारबाट उसले प्राविधिक केही कामहरू गर्छ. Is employment contract the agency relationship or the agency contract? Do you think so? So there is no problem. Just a minute, there is a network problem, eh? So just a minute, wait. So why this is happening? No, there is no agency relationship. Why? Because so the employment contract is not a agency contract. Simply, there is a certain terms and condition, employment terms and condition to perform the duty that is assigned, but it is not done on behalf of the principal to create the relationship with third party. There are only two parties, employer and employee. Employer and employee. Employee contract is not a agency contract, right? Simply that you have to understand. बुझ्नुभयो? Hello.
हजुर सर बुझ्यो.
A person who is an employee and who doesn't have the power to enter contracts for employee would have the status of the agent. For example, executive director of the company. But here in this case, so if the executive director of a company, legal persons, he is authorized to do something by the board minute or board meeting, then executive director enter into the contract with third persons. But there must be the contract. So employment contract चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि कुनैलाई कसैलाई रोजगार दिने कन्ट्र्याक्ट भनेको दुई पक्ष बीच हुने कन्ट्र्याक्ट हो हैन. त्यसले तेस्रो व्यक्तिसँग तेस्रो पक्षसँग कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल रिलेसनशिप इस्टाब्लिश गर्ने उद्देश्य राखेको हुँदैन र गरिएको हुँदैन. त्यसैले that is not a agency contract. Situation 2. ABC firm hired Mr. A, an electrician, to repair the damaged lines. Could this electrician be termed as an agent of ABC firm? Do you think so? एउटा एबीसी फर्मले इलेक्ट्रिसियनलाई हायर गर्छ के को लागि भन्दाखेरि केही तारहरू ड्यामेज छन् अथवा जोइन्ट गर्नुपर्छ, रिपेयर गर्नुपर्छ. Is he an agent of ABC? Yes or no?
No.
Good, very good. No, there is no agency relationship. हैन त उले त त्यो काम गर्नलाई हायर गरेको हो नि हैन र दुई पक्ष बीच तेस्रो व्यक्तिसँग रिलेसन इस्टाब्लिश गर्नलाई हो त हैन नि. So ABC firm is called a proprietor. Electrician is neither employee nor an agent. He is an independent contractor. एउटा contractor हो हैन. So he is not subject to the control of the proprietor. He is obliged only to get the job done, or his concern is to produce a specified result. उसले तोकेको काम गर्ने एउटा सर्टेन के उसको obligation छ हैन त between the parties, and actually he is independent person or contractor in the certain काम गर्नको लागि मात्रै हो नि हैन. कसको लागि? ABC फर्म को लागि. तर तेस्रो व्यक्तिसँग उले कुनै रिलेसन अथवा कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल अब्लिगेसन एस्टाब्लिश गर्ने एजेन्ट हो त हो? नो, इज नट एट अल है. So don't be confused. The matters employment contract or any persons or consultant or the contractor hired by the company or the individual or the person to person, then it doesn't create the agency contract and agency relationship. We are talking here the relationship, agency relationship, right? So that is problem. Timing again. Situation 3. A master asks his domestic helper to purchase few books related to contract of agency. मालिकले नोकरलाई, सर्भेन्टलाई अथवा उसको हेल्परलाई, सहयोगीलाई हैन, घरेलु कामदार भनौं हैन, हेल्परलाई केही बुक्सहरु किनेर ल्याऊ भनेर भन्छ. Is the domestic helper working as an agent for the master? Do you think so? के लाग्छ?
Not exactly an agent. I don't think so.
This is the master-servant relationship, right? So a servant is under the direction, control and supervision of his master, not only as to what he does, but also as to manner in which he executes his works. So यहाँनिर उ स्वतन्त्र छ त एजेन्ट तपाईलाई तपाईले प्रिन्सिपललाई एजेन्सी कन्ट्र्याक्टमा एजेन्सी रिलेसनशिपमा ल्याइसकेपछि उ सर्टेन डेलिगेटेड अथोरिटीको लागि काम गर्नलाई स्वतन्त्र हुन्छ हैन. So here is a relationship, master and servant relationship. An agent, though bound to exercise his authority as per the lawful instruction of his principal, is not subject in exercising the authority to the direct control and supervision of the principal. So an agent has often large discretion, therefore his position is more than that of the servant. बुझ्नु भयो हैन र? Is it clear? किन नमानेको त?
Yes, sir.
है डिरेक्टेड र कन्ट्रोलमा हुन्छ हैन. So more than that, the agent is independent and free to enter the contract whatever the power delegated by the principal. है फेरि त्यहाँनिर. So when the power exceeded by the agent, which is assigned by the principal, then there will be the situation that who is responsible for that exceeding such a power. There are several cases and instances that we will be dealing. यदि पावर एक्सिड गर्यो भने चाहिँ फेरि लायबिलिटी एजेन्टमा आउने कुरा हामी पछि हेरौँ है. that you have to understand here, that is, this is not a agency relationship, it's a master and servant relationship. Clear छ नि हैन? Situation number 4. So we are talking different situation that you can differentiate the relationship, agency relationship and other kind of relationship, right? Employer employment relationship, independent contractor relationship, and the master servant relationship that we have just discussed. Are you getting, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Situation 4. Mr. B comes to me with a proposal of life insurance policy of ABC Insurance Company. He describes several benefits of the insurance policy and asks me to take on policy. Is Mr. B an agent of insurance company?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Archana, that is time and again getting problem, eh? So
Also,
hello.
sir.
So are you there? So some of your students have left already, or
I think they have also got internet issues.
some of them have, yeah, of course. So how many
Yeah.
of you are there right now?
20 of us.
Okay, so let's resume the session. So the example here, Mr. B is, yes, you are right, but Mr. B is a limited agent. यहाँनिर
Okay.
लिमिटेड एजेन्ट भनेको चाहिँ सर्टेन उसले इन्सुरेन्स कम्पनीको पोलिसी बेच्नको लागि केही कामहरू गर्छ भनेको क्लाइन्टसँग जो पोलिसी पर्चेस गर्छन् उनीहरूलाई एउटा पोजिटिभ इन्फ्लुएन्स इन्करेज गराउने काम गर्छ हैन. So ultimately the liability goes to the insurance company. The liability arises from that policy. So in Nepalese context, he has no authority to complete the contract in the name and on behalf of insurance company. यदि इन्सुरेन्स कम्पनीले नै जस्तै ब्रोकर एजेन्टहरू हुन्छ नि त्यसरी नै नियुक्त गरेको थियो भनेदेखि चाहिँ के हुन्थ्यो एक्चुअली द एजेन्टको एजेन्सी रिलेसनसिप हुन्थ्यो. यहाँनिर चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि उसले एउटा मार्केट हुन्छ नि बजार प्रवर्धन गर्नको लागि काम गरिरहेछ हैन प्रमोट गर्नको लागि. सो एज अ फेसिलिटेटर सो देयर इज अ लिमिटेड एजेन्सी रिलेसन हैन. सो ही क्यान क्याम्पेन फर द प्रपोजल एन्ड सबमिट देम फर कन्सिडरेसन टु द इन्स्योरर. He is not authorized to collect money, accept risks, or bind the insurance in any way. Is it okay? Clear?
Okay, sir.
Situation 5. An auctioneer was conducting an auction. Auctioneer भनेको चाहिँ लिलाम बिक्री गर्ने जुन विभिन्न ट्रान्ज्याक्सनहरुमा रिकभरीको लागि लिलाम बिक्रीको कामहरु छ नेपालीमा. So that I like to explain here so that you can easily understand. So लिलाम बिक्रीको कामहरु गर्नको लागि कतिपय इन्स्टिट्युटहरुले काम गरिरहेका हुन्छन् हैन त्यो प्राइस सर्टेन पर्सेन्टेज कमिसन लिएर. So an auctioneer was conducting an auction भनेको लिलामीको काम कारबाही रिकभरीको लागि कुनै प्रपर्टीलाई. He approved the highest price of Rs 75,000 quoted by Mr. X for a computer in the auction process. He is the auctioneer acting as an agent for the owner of the computer. Let's see. Yes, an auctioneer is an agent. He could bind the principal through his act. Auction of the goods. हैन यो चाहिँ एजेन्सी रिलेसन देखियो. Agent, agency. So no simple answer can be given. So some persons who describe themselves or are described by the others as agents are not really such in the real sense, but rather independent merchants, consultants, or contractors. Some may be agents in a sense they owe judiciary duties of the agent to the principal. So we have already given that situation and example. Okay, some may be agents in the true sense that have power to bind the principal contractually. So different situations that I have given here and we just discussed. Yeah, you understand this. These are the different relations that you have to differentiate the actually the relations, agency relationship and other kind of relationship, whether independent consultant relationship, employee relationship, and some of the situation that you saw, the limited agency relationship. Yeah. Okay. principal between relationship between principal and agent. The relationship of principal and agent arises when one party, principal, consent that another party, an agent, shall act on his behalf, and the agent consent so to act. The agency relationship is a fiduciary in that the persons with the duty to act in trust for the benefit of the principal. एक्चुअली के हो त भन्दाखेरि एउटा फ्युडिसियरी भनेको चाहिँ विश्वास मित्र हैन, विश्वास मित्र ट्रस्ट पर्सन को रूपबाट उसको सर्टेन फ्युडिसियरी ड्युटी अफ केयर एन्ड ड्युटी अफ लोयल्टी हैन टुवर्ड्स द प्रिन्सिपल that agent need to take into account in the so agency relationship भनेको जो कोहीले पाउने हैन, the person to whom the principal trust that the person, the agent, can perform the duty and enter into the contract or do any acts and activities on behalf of principal for the best interest or for the aim or the objectives of the principal. So agent is a connecting link bringing about a contractual relation between the principal and third parties. General rules is that suppose A cannot by contract with B confirm rights or impose liabilities upon a third party. A may represent or act on behalf of B and may bring B into a legal relation with a third party. The relations between A and B is agency that we have already discussed. So we have a new civil code. Previously, there was a separate law, the Contract Act. Under the Contract Act, so there were provisions, different types of contract: lease contract, agency contract, sales contract, and supply contract. Different types of contract previously. So now we have new civil code, and these all contract and contractual matters and different types of contract, these are incorporated under the civil code. So particularly regarding the agency contract, you have to go through the section 591 from 591 to section 601 सम्म तपाईले agency contract को विषयमा. So you have to go through that legal provisions also. Okay, so I have uploaded in iLearn that you have to find there. So did you get that civil code, Archana?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course you have to visit there. So
Uh,
you need not to go each and every section. So particular section, that is the section starts from 591 regarding this agency contract and up to 601. Right?
Okay.
Any person may appoint any other persons as his agent, except something related with his personal skill, to do anything on his behalf, or to conduct business as his agent, or any transaction with a third person on his behalf, or to represent himself to such a person, or to establish any kind of legal relation with the person, principal, and a third person. And in case an agent is so appointed, a contract relating to the agency shall be deemed to have been concluded. 551 सेक्सनले के भन्यो भने अहिलेको सिभिल कोड that you have to visit, 591 ले कुनै व्यक्तिले आफ्नो व्यक्तिगत दक्षतासँग सम्बन्धित विषयमा बाहेक, so any persons may have his or her own expertise in related field हैन, कसैको गाउनीमा एक्सपर्टिज होला, कसैको बुक लेख्नेमा एक्सपर्टिज होला, कसैको different areas हैन. कसैको हँसाउनेमा एक्सपर्टिज होला हैन। सो त्यस्तो दक्षतासँग सम्बन्धित विषयमा बाहेक आफ्नो तर्फबाट कुनै काम गर्न, प्रतिनिधि भई व्यवसाय सञ्चालन गर्न, तेस्रो व्यक्तिसँग कुनै कारोबार गर्न, त्यस्तो व्यक्ति समक्ष आफ्नो प्रतिनिधित्व गर्न वा प्रतिनिधि नियुक्त गर्ने व्यक्ति, मुख्य व्यक्ति प्रिन्सिपल एन्ड थर्ड पार्टी बीचको कुनै किसिमको कानुनी सम्बन्ध स्थापित गर्न कसैलाई प्रतिनिधि नियुक्त गर्न सक्नेछ र यसरी प्रतिनिधि नियुक्त गरेकोमा एजेन्सी सम्बन्धी करार भएको मानिँदैछ। So shall be deemed to have been concluded. So agency has two aspects. It creates an obligation to the employer and employee, giving rise to mutual rights and the liabilities between them. It leads to the creation of privity of contract between the employer and the third party. So definition of agent. An agent is a person, either actually or by law, held to be authorized and employed by any person to bring him into a contractual or other legal relations with the third party. So according to section 2A of Agency Act, there is also a Agency Act, a separate act 2014. So if you would like to register an institute or the company or firm to perform as a agent, कुनै कम्पनीको कुनै इन्टरनेशनल एक्सपोर्ट इम्पोर्ट अथवा बिजनेस ट्रान्ज्याक्सनमा बिजनेस एक्टिभिटिजमा एजेन्टको रूपबाट तपाईं दर्ता गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ, देयर इज अ प्रोभिजन्स एन्ड सेपरेट ल relating to the agency, and some of the provisions that you find, I said that the agency contract under the civil code हैन। सो मैले जुन भने नि यो एजेन्सी कन्ट्र्याक्टको विषयमा चाहिँ रजिस्ट्रेसन यदि कम्पनी इन्स्टिट्युटको रूपबाट तपाईं दर्ता गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने सो देयर इज अ सेपरेट एक्ट फर्म एन्ड डिस्ट्रिब्युटर स्टकिस्ट नोमिनी अर रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभ रूपबाट अनि इन्डिभिजुअली तपाईको इफ यु वुड लाइक टु बी अ एजेन्ट अफ एनी पर्सन्स, सो देयर इज अल्सो सम प्रोभिजन्स, लिगल प्रोभिजन्स यु फाइन्ड इन सिभिल कोड। सिभिल कोडमा from section 591 to 601. Q facet for alien facet per se. So that is what it does mean, that it means that he who does anything by another does it himself. So derivative authorities भनेको चाहिँ derive गरिएको, okay, एउटाबाट अर्कोमा, and representative character is the distinguishing feature of an agent. The agency agreement may arise either from consensual or contractual or apparent authority or by rectification or by necessity of the cases. There are different situations where the agency relationship is created. अब एजेन्सी रिलेशनशिप क्रिएटेड हुने आधारहरू चाहिँ कुनै अवस्था कन्सेन्सुअल हुन सक्छ, सर्वसम्मत अथवा सामूहिक सहमतिले, कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल हुन सक्छ, करारिए, एपरेन्टली अथोरिटी प्रष्ट रूपमा देखियो हुन सक्छ, अनुमोदनबाट पनि हुन सक्छ, कुनै बाइ कन्डक्टलाई प्रिन्सिपलले अनुमोदन गर्यो, अप्रुभ गर्यो भने, बाइ नेसेसिटी आवश्यकताले पनि हुन्छ। ओके, सो देयर आर डिफरेन्ट फर्म्स that creates the agency relationship or agency contract. So why different? There is a case had a business of beer house. So X was appointed as the manager and the license was taken in the name of X, whose name appeared on the door also. By the agreement between Y and X, manager was forbidden to purchase certain articles for beer house. So there is a limited authority assigned or given to that manager, and but plaintiff Z supplied the goods to the manager on the credit. Subsequently, upon discovering that Y is the real owner, so पछि मात्रै real owner Y हो भन्छ, the plaintiff had Z sued that for the price of their goods, is Y liable to pay? So it's a court case. The court held that this case is related to the apparent or substantial authority. भनेको प्रष्ट त्यसलाई देखिएको अथवा स्वीकारिएको. Okay, apparent. So denotes no authority at all. This is a situation whereby a principal through words or actions leads a third party to believe that an agent has authority even though no such authority was intended. So तपाईको Y was held liable to pay to the Z. किनभने व्यवहारबाट उसले प्रश्नमा के देखाइदियो भन्दाखेरि manager, example of the bank manager working at a branch office. Case 2. With the knowledge and consent of board of directors, K acted as managing director. He is a managing director and he was never appointed. He ordered some architects to work on a plan. Company rejects the liability to pay the money. In the case of Freeman versus Booker's 1965, court held that company was liable because it had created the apparent or substantial authority. किनभने managing director हुन प्रष्ट रूपमा देखाइसकेपछि there is a liability of the company that company need to bear. That is apparently seen as court decided and interpreted in such a way. So delegation of authority, appointment of sub-agent. Authority delegation के गर्न सक्छ, कसरी गर्न सक्छ र sub-agent, एजेन्टले पनि अर्को एजेन्ट नियुक्त गर्ने अवस्था हो. So the general rule is that an agent is not entitled to delegate his authority to another person without the consent of his principal. The principal appoints a particular agent to act on his behalf depending upon the agent's skill, integrity, honesty, and the competence. According to section 592, that is Civil Code, an agent who has been appointed on the condition that he will personally represent or personally execute any work may not appoint as a sub-agent. आफैले गर्ने र आफूले गर्नुपर्ने काममा चाहिँ सब एजेन्ट नियुक्त गर्न सकिँदैन. So principal appoint the agent and agent also appoint sub agent. If agent is also busy and agent is not able to appear or present or enter into the contract or sign on their documents or perform as agent, then sub agent can be appointed by the agent, but prior consent of the principal. Principal को सहमति र approval बिना चाहिँ हुँदैन. So a sub agent does his work under the control of the agent, whereas a substituted agent works under the instruction of the principal. Substituted भनेको चाहिँ त्यसलाई हटाएर अर्को प्रतिस्थापना गर्नु, उपप्रतिनिधि नियुक्त गर्नु र प्रतिनिधिलाई प्रतिस्थापन गर्नु. Okay, बदलामा राख्नु. So different. So there is a direct relation between the principal and the agent, substituted agent. And sub-agent, there is no direct relation between the principal and the sub-agent. There is a direct relation between, of course, the sub-agent do on behalf of the principal, but the direct relation between the agent and sub-agent, that is done taking the consent of taking consent of principal. So there is no privity of contract between a sub-agent and the principal. The principal cannot sue the sub-agent directly for any amounts or money. Similarly, a sub-agent cannot sue मुद्दा दिन सक्दैन the principal for his remuneration. So he is appointed by the agent. There is a privity of contract between substitute agent and the principal. Both can sue each other. Sub-agent र substituted agent भने बुझ्नुभयो. Sub-agent भनेको चाहिँ एजेन्टले प्रिन्सिपलको सँग सहमति लिएर प्रिन्सिपल काम गर्ने, तर सब एजेन्टले पनि त्यो काम गर्न भ्याउन नसक्ने अवस्था भयो, अथवा बिजनेसको नेचर अनुसार चाहिँ सब एजेन्टको आवश्यक पर्ने भयो. ओके भने एजेन्टले फेरि अर्को एजेन्ट नियुक्त गर्ने चाहिँ सब एजेन्ट हो भने सो भइरहेको एजेन्टलाई नै प्रतिस्थापन गरेर बदलामा अर्को एजेन्ट नियुक्त गर्नु चाहिँ सब्स्टिट्युटेड है, त्यसलाई प्रतिस्थापन भन्छ नेपालीमा हैन, हटाएर अर्को. The agent is responsible to the principal for acts of the sub agent, but the agent is not responsible to the principal for any act or negligence of the substituted agent. Sub agent is appointed by agent with the consent of principal, but substituted agent is appointed by the principal on the recommendation of the agent. So you have to visit these related sections. Civil Code, section 5912601, and court cases. I have inserted some foreign court cases, English court cases, and there are others, the Nepalese court cases we will be dealing for the session, coming session. And if you like to have comprehensive knowledge regarding these matters, you can visit the court cases that you can visit Supreme Court website for law commission, and you have to focus for the agency contract and the agency relationship, sub-agent, agent, and their power duty function that you find in general law, the Civil Code section 5912601, and there is a registration requirement and the process that you find in Agency Act 2014. Okay, these are all. If you have any question, queries, confusion, can ask. Hello. कतिजना हुनुहुन्छ? Marina, hello.
No question, sir.
अरु साथी पनि त्यही हो, बुझिरहनु भएको छ है राम्रोसँग? के छ अवस्था? You are getting, I'm happy to see that, to hear that, So I have given situation, example, cases. I think you know well, and you are getting. That is my expectation. Not only the expectation, I presume that मलाई चाहिँ त्यस्तो लाग्छ. के छ? Yes, all of you.
सब बुझिरहेछ.
प्रकृति. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Yes, same to you. All of you. Bye bye. Stay safe.